I'm bored. I have nothing else. Oh, we're live. I always think it takes a few like seconds. I'm like, but girl, I'm bored as hell. Bored as hell. That's all I can say. Yeah, I, I've lost a drive. I've lost something. I don't know. I don't know. I do enjoy doing readings though, and this is, yeah. Anyways, hello everyone. Well, right now, no one because no one's in chat right now. I was bored and I was like, I want to go live, but I don't want to do readings. I don't want to do readings. I want to chat. I want to talk. I want to do something. There's something I want to do and I don't know. Hello, Aaron92. And hello, V Medina. More myself. That's what I'm talking. That's what I'm talking to, and all that. You know, it's in the title, girl. I'm bored and I'm asking questions about what I'm doing, where I'm going, what what's it all about, what's it all mean. So I'm shuffling cards, but don't take that as I'm doing readings. I'm not. Oh, I have girl. This is old news. She's old news. Hello, Gail. Gail, when are you gonna come back and start uploading? Hello, Hermit of the Moon. When are you gonna start uploading again, Gail? Also, Gail, what did you hear? The Baba Studios, they're leaving, I always bring that up randomly. Shit, they always come up randomly. But I know because you have like all the decks, like multiple editions and all that. I know she's behaving, V Medina. I don't know why. I don't know how, but yeah. I don't know why. Usually she misbehaves and treats me like shit, but or maybe it's my Wi-Fi. Still no Ethernet cable, but here I am testing God. A big microphone, of course. It's very suggestive. Oh, hello, Goddess Love. I don't know. I'm thinking this summer. Oh, well, I'll be patiently waiting. Oh, hello, Shane. Read the Wonder. I'm just here, randomly chatting. I haven't done a chat like this in forever, and I'm liking the outcome. Almost 10 people. But I know I have the power. I have the power. I just got to title the videos in a certain way, and they all come scurrying out of the woodwork. The tea spilling. I'm just kidding. But there's no tea to spill, which I'm actually very grateful for that. That not a lot of not a lot of drama or messes happen. It's surprising what happens when you like cut off certain like sources of content and information. And of course I heard about Baba. Sucks to hear that though. Don't be sad that it's going. Be happy that it happened. They really did like raise the bar, honey. I don't think if it was for Baba, we wouldn't have like True Black, or I don't know, like boxes like this, with nicer boxes. Anyways, I see. Oh my gosh! Hello, Evolve Entity, and Zaneb Gohar asked, "Does Usman have feelings for Sabrina versus me, and wants to reconcile or stay with her?" Let's see. No, I said the only readings I'll be doing is through Super Chat, but other than this, we're just going to be like randomly talking and having random chats, Terror of Delphi 2nd edition. Don't talk to me about that. You got a payment. Yeah, thank you, Hermit of the Moon. I saw that. I'm like, oops, gotta do some readings. You wanted tea. I didn't ask for it. But yeah, she still has plans to make a 2nd edition, but I think it's like, I don't know. I think things just like aren't going to plan. I need to message her and catch up with the creator again and email her and be like, hey girl, what's good? Let's see. Okay, so let's see, Zanib Gohar. Sorry if I'm a little distracted here. And thank you, Eva Ventili, as well for the donation. Let's see. I'm using True Black. I don't use it all the time. No. Wait a minute. No, that's not what I was going to do. That's not what I was doing. That's not what I wanted to do. I need to do feelings for Sabrina or feelings for Zanet. Let's see. Hello, Lady D. Let's see. For Sabrina, we have Destiny, I believe is Wheel of Fortune. We have the King of Cups and the Eight of Swords, right? I really need to hold these up. Let's see. Yeah, Eight of Swords. We have, yeah, the King of Cups. Yeah, okay. Let me see this because I think Destiny is the Wheel of Fortune, right? I wish there was a there was a number. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, we have Destiny here. And girl, shouldn't be biting my nails. I can barely pick up these cards. The King of Cups. And as I mentioned before, the Eight of Swords here. So it seems to me that with Sabrina, with the King of Cups there, it kind of seems like, yeah, he does have feelings for her. The Eight of Swords and Destiny, it seems like things are shifting. Things are being held back. Zanib, let's see. Or Zaneb? I don't know how you pronounce your name. Let's see. And then, let's see for you, Zaneb. The Knight of Swords, the King of Swords, and the Devil. Ooh, girl, what's going on here? What's going on here? I think you need to stay away from him. I think you need to stay away from Usman, all right? You know? I think you know the type of person he is. I think you need to know, like, what bonds and, you know, connections that he has that he needs to, like, situate and figure out and, you know, get his shit in order, you know? Does he want you or does he want Sabrina, you know? And if he's leading you on or, like, giving you hints that he's interested, he needs to really, like, hey, cut it out, you know, if he's really with Sabrina. You know what I mean? Oh, really? But let me see. Wants to reconcile or stay with her. So it seems to me that he... Yeah, I see a lot of, like, mixed things, especially with the King of Swords and the Knight of Swords. It's like the Knight of Swords wants to move, but the King of Swords is, like, looking back. You know, the Knight of Swords wants to go, but the King of Swords is like, but what if? But the Devil there, I think, shows signs of an unhealthy situationship, Zanib. So yeah, Zanib, don't waste your time. Find yourself a new man. Find yourself a new Usman, you know? Relationships are exhausting. They really are. And Evolve Entity, was that for a reading or was that just for a donation or thank you? Because sometimes I can never tell. So there you go, Zanib. I hope that gave you some clarity, you know, answered your question. So yeah. Let's see. Question for you and anybody else here. Favorite Rider-Waite Smith deck according to cardstock besides the copyright blue box. Pre-copyright blue box. Yeah, blue box is everybody's favorite. I'm actually okay with the plastic Rider-Waite Smith. Hi! What are you doing here? You're supposed to be with your mom. Well, Oh, yeah. Say goodbye. Say bye-bye because you have to go with your mom. Oh, thank you, Evolve Entity. Yeah. Your dad's calling you. Yeah. You shouldn't be on here. Go. Go over there. Come on. Let's go. Come on. Go. Come on. Hello, E. Opening door. Yeah, she's adorable. She's adorable. But yeah, I'm liking. I'm actually enjoying the 100% plastic Rider Waite tarot. I hope maybe US Games does more of these in the future, like of different decks. I don't know. It's like I would probably try and use this for jumpers though, and it's like it's plastic. You can read with them in the tub. You can do all that. Yeah. Uh, Ghost door, spooky. Um, but yeah, I mean, I've never felt the blue box, you know. But I would. But who knows, you know? I know the other one that was my go-to was her. You know, this was the other one that I would always go with. But as a recent, I'm like, you know what? If it's a Rider-Waite Smith, it's a Rider-Waite Smith. Oh, it's not huge at all. It's the same size. Or what do you mean? God, I'm really missing. I'm like looking at it now. I haven't used this one in forever, and the colors look so different. So different. Oh, she's used up. She is beat up. Ooh. Ooh. Yeah, I got power over here. What do you mean? I'm in California. I don't know what you mean. I got the power. Right. I feel like it looks the box or something. Maybe like the design or the shape, something about it. I feel like I don't know. It reminds me of I got the Dream Keepers. No. Dreams. We'll see it tomorrow. It'll come in tomorrow. Almost if Texas has no power. Oh damn! It's snowing, right? Is that why? Girl, it'd be that climate change, girl. Yeah, I really love Centennial, but cardstock is too rigid even after 8 years of use. Yeah, I mean, that US Games is, yeah, but this here, look at that. Ooh. Careful not to. She bendy. She's structured. I can, this is probably like the only deck I'd be probably okay with having like out loose because, you know, little one walks in on the room and sees, you know, oh, what is this? But I'm usually good at like telling them, don't touch that, you know, and keep them away from it. Yeah, and 8 years. I'm like, really? But it is that yellow box coloring, so if you like the Centennial colors, you know, it doesn't have that. But I mean, like, there's something like there's a certain je ne sais quoi of the bright highlighter colors. You know, I wish they reprint the university books, the pink Ankh backs. I hope they reprint those because those are like the super bright, super vibrant, super saturated colors. We were like, and the colors are too bright, and I'm like that's the point. Help those poor people that are colorblind. That's not how it works. It's my longest running deck. I mean, I haven't been doing tarot for that long, so I mean, I'm surprised, right? Has it? Centennial's been out for over 8 years, or like at least 8 years. Why do I feel like it's only been out since like 2012? Girl. Let's see. I'm like looking at the other chats here, and then Gail's over here. Copies of the PAM A, NPC, and you know I haven't, you know, I don't keep up with so much of like I said, I don't buy multiple different versions. I'm not as into collecting the multiple different variants of the Rider-Waite Smith. Like who is it? Oh my gosh, what's his name? I have his face in my head and I can't even remember his name. It's been a minute for sure. It's been a minute. I'm like, girl. Yeah, linen cardstock is always like, it's always pretty good. You know, it's like plastic linen. You know, I was shuffling this and I'm like, it's kind of too much. It is too much, you know. No, not him. No, oh my gosh. Moon Baby. That was his name. Or is it his it's his channel name still. Moon Baby. I can't remember his actual name, but Moon Baby, he has like tons and tons and tons. I can't she's too rough, she's too big, she's too thick. But I'm really excited. Like there's like a bunch of decks coming through. But recently I've been like watching I've been watching on the cusp tarot, like he does the live unboxing, he does like these massive ones, and and I'm like, and I always like talk shit about them, but it's I just do it jokingly, but I'm like, you know what, I could never do that because every time I get a new deck it has to be immediately open. But I'm like, you know what, I'm gonna wait. So I already have one deck in. Thank you, Queen Osset. But one deck in, but I haven't opened it yet because I want to add it into the like a pile so far. And I think hopefully by like the end of March I'll have like a good amount, or maybe like mid-March I'll have a good amount of decks coming in, because honey, mama, it's all coming in, mama. We got Cosmovisions, she's already shipping out. I'm ready. Botanica, she's coming out, she's on her way. What else? I have I have like a good size order from US Games coming in. Um, let's see. Ooh, girl. Currently have all my decks and boxes in the garage. Are they safe? Are they okay? Are they sealed? Are they stored correctly and safely? Honey, the fluctuating temperatures, the extreme heat, and the extreme cold, the damage to the cardstock. Far too much. No, I could never. The moisture amount, like right now, it's been pretty rainy, girl. You better go check on them. Hmm? I used to. I have tons of deck reviews. Like if you scroll all the way down, like those were like my first ones. But I haven't recently, and I kind of want to get back into it. But what I would call reviews were really just, flip throughs with some slight commentary on there. And I'm like, you know what? I might bring that back and do it live. I think, who is it? But I want to do something different with it. I want to have some thoughts on it, uh, like more knowledge. I want to actually have to work with it and say like, this is how it's worked for me. This is what I liked about it. This is what more like that. But, but bear with me, it's old stuff, girl. Hashtag bring it back. Yeah. Do it. I'll try. I'll see. There's a few decks that I'm like, you know what, I'm ready. So I'm like, I might throw up one every now and then or something. So yeah. Really, yikes. Yes, girl. Oh, that's nice to hear, Shane. It almost seemed like I almost forgot your name. Let's see, what's this? KT, you bought a ton of books last year. Did you do an update video on them? No, I have not. I read through some, but I kind of paused it, sat them down, and I picked up, like I've been binge reading, The Wheel of Time. So I've gotten into fantasy books for the meantime. But like I've been like, there's like a scratch. I need to scratch an itch for like the esoteric studies that I'm doing, and do something with it. I need to find what to do with them properly, as that would work with how I do things, compared to like, but they've been put on pause. We need to update vids. And that's just it. I don't do pre-recorded videos anymore. I just do live streaming because it's so easy. And I'm like, you know what? I haven't done a chat like this in forever. So yeah. I got the book 5 of the series. I'm barely started book 4 today. And I'm like, okay, I gotta take a break. But I'm like, yeah, his but surprisingly, I was like, I read through them. I'm like, I don't feel like I'm like struggling to finish it. Like I read through this, I was like, and before I knew it, I was like, oh wait, I'm at the end of like over 500 pages, and I'm like, I can read a book. I can finish a book. So why can't I finish? Why can't I finish like at least something like this? You know, which is like roughly the same. No, it's less. It's like 300. It's under 400 pages, and I'm barely at The Hermit. You know, what's going on there? You know. But then again, I was able to read most of this, but I stopped, as you can see. I'm like in the middle of the judgment card, but I'm like, I can't. You know, it's so heavy, but it's good, but it's so much. I'm not going to be doing readings via Medina unless you want to do super chat or like PayPal or something, but you know, but yeah, sorry, via Medina, I don't want to do readings tonight. That's why I said tarot chat, girl, not tarot readings. I've been playing too much Animal Crossing, need to get back into my cards. And that's why I like my live readings, doing the live readings, you know, but, you know, they get me into using the decks that I actually have. But, you know, it's good to take a break from it. You know, it can be very overwhelming, I feel. I mean, I don't know. Oh my god, I don't think you guys understand. I'm obsessed. I love Fortune's Wheel. I'm sorry, I'm burping up right now. Had some leftover Chinese food, and she's making a what's it called, a reprise. But yeah, I love that podcast. They just finished like their astrological zodiac and planetary part of the series. I don't know what they're gonna do next. I don't think I listened to the last podcast, but yeah, I'm obsessed, girl. I was there from the very start, girl, because I'm a fan of Mel Meline. You know, Tarot Oracle. You have to get the Tabula Mundi Tarot. What's the deck to get this year? I would say I don't know. There's so many good ones. There's too many good ones. I would say Cosmovisions or Blood Moon. She's finally out. She's finally being released. She's on her way. She's just on a ship. I'm about ready to drive to the port, get on that ship, and get it myself. I'll be like, I'll do it myself. Thank you. But yeah, Cosmovisions, the Blood Moon Tarot, and the Botanica. You know, yeah. Cat's Tarot, which one? Error 92. Error 92 is trying to get me mad, that's why. Right, I have it. I like it. I don't use it, though. Let me see. Oh, under all these decks I have stacked up here. I'm really excited to see what else she has coming in the pipeline. She apparently has like 2 or 3 decks in the works. She has the Pholarcos. No, right? Pharos. Pholarcos is a different deck. Pharos Tarot. Moi? I never. Yes, you would. But yeah, I don't know how to read the Decans cards. But I have them in there because I'm like, you know what? It's supposed to be all in there. Yeah, let's be honest. I have them and I shuffle with them. That's, you know, and you can like go through my live readings and see like what decks, you know, I use and which ones I don't. A large amount I don't use, you know? And it kind of goes to show which ones I reach for and which ones I actually work with, you know? So it's like, yeah. But I will say, which I'm glad to say, that like Baba Studios, as pricey as they are usable. Thank God. You know, even the weird ones. Like I was like, what if I'm not even able to use this one? And I pull this one out every now and then, and that's the Fantastic Menagerie. You know, I will say I'm a little disappointed with this cover. I think they could have done something a little more, like the background or something is too plain or something. I don't know. I don't know. Hmm. Give me, you know, I want a little more. You know, like compared to this, you know, it's like there's more going on here, but I don't know. I don't know. Maybe am I asking for too much? Oh, another deck. I think another deck that is the deck to get this year is the Byzantine. I love Scylla Conway. I love her work. You know, she can be a little problematic in some of her posts that I've read on Facebook, but you know what? She makes a damn good deck. She has yet to disappoint me with her decks. I haven't ordered a deck in over a year, and just yesterday ordered the Cosmic Slumber Tarot. Any thoughts? I like it. I don't hate it, but I also don't reach for it that much enough because again, it's like too many decks, and it's like, you know, being comfortable with admitting that, you know what, I don't use all my decks, and you know, but at least you have to try some of them, you know. But yeah, I do have it though. I got both versions, the mass market version and the special edition version, which is at home at my other house. At my other house. No, it's at my parents' house. But yeah, I have it. And did I put this back in order? Oh no, I didn't. I was like, because the Fool and then the Magus were right next to each other. I'm like, what's going on here? But I like it. I actually like. I love watching the behind the scenes of like the making of it. Like I think if you look up either Liminal 11 on their Instagram or look up Tilly Walden, I think on Instagram or something, or on YouTube, they have the interviews and like talking about the research and the work they put into making this deck. So they didn't just like look at the Rider-Waite-Smith and said, this is what this card looks like. Let's draw a riff on this depiction, you know, and really, and really they went more and beyond that, you know. So this is really one of the better decks out there. And Liminal 11 is, I think, coming for Baba Studios' space in the tarot publishing world. I mean, they're coming for it. They said, you know what? Move out of the way, you know? We're on our way. Watch out. Hello, Igor C. Yeah, I highly recommend you look up their stuff. I'm really excited. I'm a little hesitant on White Newman Tarot that's coming out later in a few months. It's I don't know how to feel about it. We'll get into it. But I got the special edition. Who knows when we'll get in here. Oh, you still haven't gotten Fantastic Menagerie, Gail? What? Is that really you, Gail? I mean, girl. Oh, but you do have... Okay, of course you have the first edition. No, I live with my sister now. Girl, it's been a minute. It's been a minute. Can you not tell the change of setup? Change of scenery? But no, I don't know what's gonna happen in like the next by the end of the year. I know for sure we're not gonna be here. So who knows? Who's taking over the Baba spotlight? I was saying Liminal 11 jokingly because I will say, although I do like what they're putting out, I will admit they're not at the same level of refinery as like Baba Studios is, but at least they're, you know, making diverse decks. You know. But yeah, also if you like Tilly Walden's stuff, if you like her art, she does have comics, graphic novels on there. Yeah, on her, I think you can find them on Amazon or Barnes and Noble or whatever. And they look really, really interesting, but I just haven't had the time. Even though like graphic novels, for me, I'm like, I can read them in a day, you know, or like an hour and be like, oh my God, you know. No, I'd probably be too. I'd probably if I had the responsibility of having to pay rent, I probably would be selling my decks, you know. Diverse. Let's see. I'm getting the spread machine in a couple of weeks. Looking forward to playing with that. There was one deck that was like the spread that's designed to make spreads, and I wanted to get that one, but it's like out of print now. It's not being made anymore or something, and it's sold out, whatever. But Spread Machine, I'll have to see. But there is a book that's been recommended. I know people are gonna probably say it in the chat, but I always forget it. That is about like tarot spreads and learning to make your own tarot spreads and all that, and working on that. But whatever. I just have, I'm very much like Tom Benjamin with the type of reading that's done there. It's just the 3 or the 9 card spread and like the 3x3, but at the moment I'm not at a good setup. I have a tiny desk right here that cannot hold even 3 vertical cards, barely 2. It's not that big. But Spread Machine, there was another one though. I can't remember its name. No, I don't know. I was like, oh, that looks interesting. And of course I never got it. So yeah. Yeah, what was this live chat even called again? Where I'm at, where I'm going. I'm bored. I have nothing to talk about. But y'all came in and gave me all the content, So yeah, I was like, I was thinking, I'm doing all these readings, but it's like, and I knew this was gonna happen, and I was like, what, I'm kind of getting a little bored of it. I want to add a little something more. I want to do something different, because I noticed I was just doing readings. I don't want to do that. I need to keep reminding myself to do something more like this, something more, in this realm of of content, just chatting and all that. I don't like to talk about that deck. And I've been really I'm like, I have so many ideas to do video series, but I'm like, I just don't do it. I just don't do them, And it's like, because it takes so much work, and I'm like, I want to put more effort into them, and I don't know how I would do it. And a part of me just wants to do like I did with my first Marielle video series, and look into doing something more like that. But then a part of me is also like, just do a beginner video series, do like beginner resources and all that, and see where that can take you. And I just don't have I was like, maybe I should. And then like another part of me is like, what, I want to do conversation videos kind of like this, and no like pre-set up questions, but having a chat with like other tarot content creators on social media and all that. Kind of like the library being open every time I do live readings with Y on the Cusp Tarot. Do stuff more like that. But other than but I'm like, oh, but what would I talk about? I'd have to have some way to do it, and I think it just requires like some trial and error on my part. Might be a little embarrassing, but I was like, what, I do need to do more stuff like that, and really just having chats and conversations like that, so yeah, I would like, we'll see. And I remember Gail right now, and I just remembered Gail showing, where's the Queen of Shovels? And I'm like, yeah, where is she? Is she here? Christy, are you there? Christina? Christina's gone. Hello, Fairy Wren. Yeah, I have quite a few rants about the El Goliath Tarot. And I feel like it doesn't deserve all the hate, but a part of me is also like, no, I said what I said, and I needed to say what I said. Hello, Tim. Who is this? Tim, you sound familiar, but I feel like I don't remember who you are. And there are quite a few like channels that I'm watching, that I watch that I'm like, they're all just doing live readings, and I feel like I'm kind of stepping into that. I don't want to do that. But I do want to keep keep doing, like I said, they're a good little source of, a little bit of extra income, keep my watch time up, they're really good for that. But but I do want to go back to something like this and do more, and I do want to get back into more the educational, conversational type of stuff like this, just like talking and shuffling and all that. I haven't done that in forever, and it's like I'm getting a bit nostalgic for it, and a part of me was like, no, you need to move on from this, from this type of it. But I think it's like, well, maybe come back to it, but with a new, fresh eyes. Oh yeah, I usually see you with On the Cusp, right? Yeah. And hello, Lucy. I'm not sure where I talked about it. I might have like ranted a bit about it and like when on like the Tarot Tube and Tea, maybe on when we talked about diversity and representation or something. I think maybe cultural appropriation or so. I can't remember what live stream or video chat that I talked about it. I think maybe with Lucy on like maybe it was like an anti-haul or something. It was a video. I think it was like with that I did with Lucy Aqualuna. I can't remember though. But yeah, and a few others. They're like scattered here and there. Like I kind of repeat myself a bit. That's why I'm like, don't want to talk about a Goliath that much because I already ranted too much. So yeah, because it's like I did a few like conversational live streams with Lucy Aqualuna as well, and I'm like, you know what? I'm like, yeah, but I want to look at other, channels and other accounts, and look at, what's going on there and like see what to do with that, I don't know. And then like another person, I did like a live reading and like I think it was, oh my gosh, what was her name? I can't remember her name. I know she doesn't have like an icon number, a picture. I can't remember her name. Damn. We stand no El Goliath. Where she was like, oh, I would love to see like a walkthrough, a review, review decks and all that. And I'm like, you know what? It's like, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do next. What where should I go? I don't know. And I'm thinking like, you know what, maybe I should go back to trying to do my educational videos and kind of do it like I did Mary L, where it was just like I literally just like crammed, studied like each card by a week, so that like by like the day and the week, by the time it was like scheduled for the next upload, I would just go live and do it and put it up there. I feel like that was like how I work in a way. I don't know. It's like I got the job done. Though I kind of want to revisit that and like be like, okay, let's do it better. But I don't know how to do it better. Just goes to show my inexperience. Let's see. Modern Love Tarot, lots of diversity in it. I've seen it. I don't know how to feel about it. It's like I like what I see. I like it more than Ethany's other decks. Yeah, and like that's the thing with the readings, they bring in like a good substantial amount of views and a good amount of interaction and a good little, extra bit of like tips, here and there. But it's like it's a bit draining and it's like, or rather it gets annoying kind of, but I don't mind it. I just did a reading right now for someone that donated in the super chat, because I'm like, you know what, if they really want a reading, they can donate through super chat, but I'm just going to focus on conversating here, and maybe this will be like something I can do here. I don't know. I do. I also want to do like something about books. I want to like, but like I want to like, I really want to talk about like Wheel of Time and like fantasy books and things that I'm reading. But I really do want to like throw in like a random like good book review and talk about, because there's like quite a few books out there that people say and people recommend, but they never actually like divulge or share what's actually in it and what you're actually getting. in the book, you know, and that would like that. And I know that from experience of like reading, going through it and be like, what am I actually getting? Is it something actually useful? You know, and it's like by the time you order it and it comes in and you flip through the pages, or you like, you know, or you get the ebook and you like go through the pages, you're like, why did I buy this? You know? So yeah, it's a it's a girly deck. I mean, it's let's be real, all tarot is girly. I'm just kidding. No. Yeah, I do have the Tiger's Bookshelf. I have my Facebook group there, and I randomly post a random post about like what I'm reading or something. A lot of it's been like fantasy books. And I'm like, you know what? Here's some esoteric tarot books as well, randomly. But I haven't really done too much on there, you know. So yeah. So who knows what I'll do? I'm like, but I would probably want to do something like that, or book reviews or book chats with maybe someone who's also read the book. Are you though? I'm no. Probably not. You know what? I think I just got an idea. You guys can't take it. You guys can't take it from me. Put that deck away. What deck? What? Which deck? Hello, Hunter. Facebook who? Is that still a thing? Hopeful Soul 72. There we go. She's the one that's like kind of like triggered me to get like the like get back into like thinking or contemplating of doing, you know, reviews and walkthroughs again. Hopeful Soul 72. Her. It was her. It's her fault. Her. Yes, officer. This one right here. You don't like Marielle? Oh, that's right. You don't like Marielle for some reason. I will say Schiffer has really dropped the ball. And I don't think they've ever... No, wait. No. This is by Red Feather Schiffer, and they really like fixed their game. Packaging is still like trash, but you know, but this is way better. You know, this is what I expected for Marielle. Marielle deserved this. You know, I want this, but with this cardstock and finish. Okay, are you listening, Schiffer? You know, switch it up again. You know. But yeah, I mean, this Nameless one isn't even out yet, so you know. But when it comes in, I'll probably have Lucy and have like a chat about it and talk about it and walk through, because that's really what I want more. I don't want to just be on here by myself like this with that. Maybe I want to incorporate that, the ability of inviting other people onto the chat, and talking about the content that we're consuming, the decks that we're collecting, and the books that we're reading. So yeah. Do you have Oculi Occultati Tarot? It's my most masculine deck. The core cards are beautiful. No. It doesn't do enough for me. I don't know why. I know Annika from Nobody Here, she's like, look at this deck, it's amazing. And I looked at it and I was like, it's okay. I don't know why it doesn't excite me. I don't know why, but it looks interesting. So yeah, I accept the blame. You're welcome. Thank you. When does Nameless one get delivered? I don't know if she's actually gonna like ship the deck out first and then like ship out the big book that she has coming with it out later, or is she gonna do both? Because I know she's like almost done with the book, and that's gonna be sent to the printers soon-ish. I don't know when. I haven't seen an update yet. But who knows? Soon though. And then like while she's doing that, she's also working on the next, the Children of, it's not Litha. What's the one after Litha? I can't remember. I know it's like summer and then maybe spring, or is it winter or autumn? I don't know which one. I tried that. I did one, but I need to. I stopped it. That's what the Tiger's Bookshelf was or is. I did Tarot Wisdom, and I kind of did a few of this book. I did a few videos on this book, but I found that I was like probably infringing on some copyright stuff, so I'm probably gonna have to put those on private. and actually go kind of do something a little more. I don't know what though, but it's something like that. But I'd have to. That's just it. I know very few people who actually read through an entire tarot book. I mean, who has it? You know, who read this entire thing cover to cover, huh? Because even I didn't. I skipped over a few chapters, Mama, but I read a majority of it, and let me tell you, it's actually worth the read. I will say that, and it's not complicated to read. Hello, Ribbit, and hello, KT. So yeah, but yeah, Hunter, how many decks do you have? I have well into the hundreds. Too many, though, really. Too many. Oh, thank you, Hopeful Soul. Let's see. Probably lost count after well over 100. I think like 300. I'm thinking of those Spartans. Let's see. Is Annika still on YouTube? She not really. Not really. Not sure. I mean, like, they're the ones that pay bills, so they can slam the doors. So Annika, yeah, she's on YouTube, but not as much. I don't know. Annika, where are you? Get your ass over here. Let's see. Do you have Heaven and Earth tarot deck? I kind of wanted that one, but after seeing some more of the cards, I was like, I'll pass. Los Carabeos really dropped the ball, really. I don't know. Yeah. Oh, thank you, KT. Yeah, I want to keep that up. So it's like, and like, again, bring other people into chatting, you know. Oh, Holistic Tarot, I know I was not going to read through that, you know, but looking through the pages, I love it. And I like what Benabel Wen puts out there for educational content. I loved her I Ching course. I Ching. I talked about this with Y. I'm like, wait, how do you pronounce this? Something like that. And so, and I love that course. I'm like, oh, I'm ready to try it, you know, but I haven't found that I need to practice. I need to study up on it more and memorize a little better the I Ching and get used to working with that, because it's a really interesting system, and I love it. I love it. And I love how she explained it. I love the history that she wrote in it, that she talked about in that course. I loved it. And I'm going through her astrology course as well, which is more daunting, and I actually kind of put a pause on that while I read Wheel of Time. But it's really, I'm liking it. I'm liking it so far. Mabon, right? Yeah, I would think that's the next one. Not really, Hunter. Not really, because all the money just goes straight into the decks. But I do need to like start. I really do need to sit down and really be like, okay, I need to weed through some of you and really like be like, okay, bye, you know, to some of the decks that I have. Oh, girl, I'm always doing readings. That ain't gonna go nowhere, you know, that's for sure. But I do want to do more, maybe direct more towards private readings, you know, and do written readings, because I feel like with the live stream, I'm like this. I'm very like go, get it done as much fast as possible, you know, and you know, get through the reading as fast. And then like, I really need to learn to like take my time, really sit with the cards, really like explain through them and talk through them and what they could possibly mean, you know, and you know, slowly like, you know, digest the reading a little better, you know, and I feel like I can do that better with you know, maybe the, you know, one-on-one readings, you know, who knows. I don't think so. I don't think why. I was like, I want to go live. I want to go live just like random chat like I used to, you know. So yeah. So I did. So I'm not sure if Y's on here. If somebody wants to come on and hop on and chat with me, just, you know, shoot me an email, thetigersabyss@gmail.com, and you know, we'll see. But let's see. What do you think of Benabel's 3rd edition Sphere Keepers? I'm liking it. At first, I was like a little bit like, huh? I was like, like, because like I said, I like the bright colors. I like the saturation. And hers are very like dull pastel vintage type, sepia tone, very light colors, for the third edition of the Spirit Keepers. But like, it looks like a completely different deck, and that's what I like. That's what I like to see. I love to see it. Yeah, she is a true scholar of the tarot. Yeah, and apparently she was gonna make an astrology book and an I Ching book, like a la holistic tarot, that size, and like make it like big. I'm like, I want it. Where is it? Where can I, But so far, no. Yeah, so far she hasn't. I don't know. And I really liked her. I really liked her video series on what was it? Uh, Oh my gosh, what was it called? I always told like that was like my favorite series of it. Journey Through the Tarot. No, Sightsee the Tarot. There we go. Sightsee the Tarot. Loved that series. Going through a book and working with the exercises in that book. That is what I love to see. And that's what I would like to, and along the same lines of like, of like tarot book reviews. That's what I love to see. Yeah, there we go. Sightsee the Tarot. Yeah. Uh, Let's see. I currently only have 70 decks, but that's because I'm poor. I have to be choosy. You see, I that's where I need to be at. I need to be in that space of mind, and like not be so collecting. But here I am, massive orders coming through. Those Kickstarters, the Cosmo Visions and Botanica really got me. uh, all those add-ons. It's like, girl. I'm trying not to buy too many decks this year so far. It's so good, but it's only February. I mean, still pretty good, Yeah. Uh, OMG, I need the Spirit Keepers third edition. Totally. It looks. I'm excited to see. That's one. I'll bother getting that one. you know. Uh, yes. Check out her Instagram and her Twitter or Facebook. Yeah. Um, Oh yes, astrology is like, I'm just like, you know what? I'm like, houses, signs, planets, and then A plus B plus C equals what it means. you know, house, sign, planet, boom. Or house and sign, or and there we go. I like to keep it clean and cut and simple as much as possible, but that's probably not going to be how it works out. But we'll see. We'll see where it goes. So far I'm on the sign of Cancer in my studies. Cancer, Gemini, around there. I'm really struggling with the Geminis. I'm like, girl. Oh really? In spring? Oh, okay. I'm ready for it. I'm here for it. Is she gonna do like? Is she doing any changes to the books? Because like, that's gonna be a lot. Like, the book is huge. What is she gonna do? Like, yeah. Anyways, uh, I'm really loving the colors. To me, it's adding a nice depth to the cards, and it's not only just the colors. They're really. She really is changing it more to a more Rider-Waite Smith, which I think some people might not like, or actually might enjoy more. But I'm like, you know what? I think it's Rider-Waite Smith with enough. I say Rider-Waite Smith in it that it's like illustrated pips, illustrated minors, um, compared to like the second edition and the first edition. I have the Vitruvian edition. Where is she? She's right here. Yeah. Yeah, Sightsee the Tarot should be recommended to all new readers. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Uncommon Tarot Modern Love. Trying only to buy one a month. That's actually really good. Like, yeah. Yeah, I wish I could do that, but I can't. But I am like, kind of like shaming it a little bit, like obsessive, collecting, like buying all the decks. That's why I think that's part of why I like kind of give Y a hard time, with the decks that he chooses. I'm like, I'm like, how much you pay for that? mm, yeah, the houses. Oh, whoa, she jumped a bit. Yeah, it's like think of them like as card positions, and the signs are like the cards, and the planets are like also little cards as well. I don't know. I'm trying to like translate it into a tarot thing, but yeah, houses are like, but and they're like areas of your life and your past and your future. I'm still figuring it out. I'll come back. I'll get back to you later, but I'm kind of getting a grasp on it. There's an astrology podcast that I really like, and they're actually really good at it. But I think they need to maybe break down their podcasts into smaller chunks to make it more digestible for some people. I think that would be like highlights, you know. I think that would help a lot of people to listen to their podcast. It's called I think it's just called simply the astrology podcast with the guy that wrote this book, Chris Brennan. Yeah, this really great podcast. Vitruvian is lovely. I have two. You see, I only bought one. I was like, I'm just going to keep one. But that's why I like how she does it. She's like, pre-orders. I'll print as many, round up, the number of like how many pre-orders there are, so people can like buy multiple. But it's like it relies on the pre-orders. Yeah, I do, and I don't get hung up about it. you know, it's like, but I'm happy that I've reached the point to where I'm at now. I'm almost at 2K. I appreciate everyone that subscribed, but it's like, again, I kind of like take myself down a peg every time, and I always say like doing this, it's not for the subs, it's not for the views, it's because if I wanted that, I wouldn't be doing this. I wouldn't be talking about tarot. I always say that. But yeah, usually, sometimes it's YouTube clearing out bots. Sometimes it's people, yeah, they do unsubscribe or whatever. And it's like, you know what? Yeah, I'm subscribed to way too many channels, but so much good content so far. What's the name of my Vitruvian? My Vitruvian, I think her name is Bellanel, I think. Let me check. Where is she? What's her name? What's your name, girl? Yeah, Bellanel. Ooh, I always forget to keep the if you have phones or computers or whatever, keep magnets away from them because it messes them up, apparently. Or is that still a thing? Are we advanced enough to avoid the magnets fucking up our computers? But yeah, Bellanel is her name. Let me see. I have her sitting there, the card at the bottom. Yeah. Which I was like, fierce. Hello, why? Let's see. It's for what? For the money. Let's see, what's this? Let's see. The Queen of Pentacles in the Uncommon Tarot looks like my aunt, who's in her 80s when she was younger. She was like, aw. See, I love that. I love it when you can like see loved ones or people really close to you in your cards. That I think that's amazing. Let's see. Oh my gosh, the chat's going crazy. The baby daddy arrived. Yeah, why? Oh, thank you, Lady D. Let's see. Oh, girl, I don't know about that. There's plenty of other tarot professors out there. I think even like Robert Place does something like that. I know he does like tours in like museums and all that. I envy you. I hope to be confident enough to teach tarot. So I'm not even confident enough to teach tarot because it's so difficult, because the best way to tell someone to learn tarot is really like try whatever works for you. It's like, do you need to make it spiritual? Like, you don't have to, keep it psychological and keep it for yourself. Do you need to read for others? No. It's like, that's why the tarot, the thing is that the tarot is not difficult to learn. It's difficult to figure out the path that you're walking, I guess. The baby daddy is here. Go crazy. Oh no. Oh no. Your child support is late. Get those off of my pure innocent live stream. Oh no. Oh no. Don't encourage him, Shane. Let's see. So yeah, it's like so that's why I hesitate to do like educational tarot videos, but I'm like, you know what? I might as well. I might as well upload what I know so far, and be like, okay, let's go. Because, you can always like go back and like edit, and like add like an addendum or whatever to your videos and be like, okay, side note, or like correction, mushrooms. I know you're not a big Shiro. Wait, Lucy, how do you pronounce his name? You always tell me, and I forget. It's Shiro Marchetti, right? I can't remember. I'm so sorry. I always mess it up, and it's every time you're like, oh my god. You know what? Don't even tell me. Don't even tell me. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. We should check out the Encore deck, the Retrospective Tarot. They may interest you. They are very vibrant. Maybe. I'm sorry. It's like, I feel like if you have one of them, you have all of them. I'm like, I have the Tarot Grand Lux. I have all the. That's it. That's it. I don't need any more. Chiro Marchetti. Okay, there we go. Yeah, I got it right. And it's like, that's the true tea here. It's like, who was it? There was some drama coming up. There was some drama out here of like, oh, if you don't know how to read tarot, don't make decks. But I'm like, I have his decks here, and this deck works like a charm, mama, it doesn't, it's like, you know what? Even if he doesn't know how to read tarot, I'm like, he makes a pretty good tarot deck. Like, they don't disappoint, It's like, again, the Marseille tarot, this, in its first inception was never, the people that made these were not tarot readers, and that's true tea, and that's that on that, okay? How long did it take you to get 2K subs? Like 5 years. Wait, when did I start this shit? 4 years, because I started uploading in 2016, I believe. So yeah, roughly about almost 4 or 5 years. Yeah, 4 years. No, yeah. He's old. Yeah, I'm old. I've been there. I've been here, girl. 2K who? Yeah, 1.9, please. But let's be real. I'm gonna get there in like by the end of the year. And it took a really long time, but that's just it. Like I said, I wasn't inconsistent uploads, not like really good solid, content, but that's not what I was doing. I was really just, adding my thoughts in a video form on this platform and to the conversation about like conversation of, tarot collecting and, new decks and decks coming out and like what decks I like and whatnot, and what I'm learning of the tarot, And even then, I didn't really actually seriously start learning tarot until, that Marielle video series. And that's what like threw me into it and got me into it. Here we go. CI is chi and che is ke. Okay, work. Chi. Beanie. Do you guys know that? No, darling, they are different. I mean, they kind of look all the same to me. So they just look the same to me, bro. Going to be released by US Games in the spring. Sorry for making. I saw it and I'm like, should I just add it into my cart? Nah. I just got a bunch of decks that like really old decks, rather old decks that like I've always seen, and I'm like, you know what? I should get it, but I never get it, and I get another deck instead. Now I'm like, let's get it, and if I don't like it, sending it off, Yeah, I'm old, super old, Yeah. If I've been around the block, then Y's been around the whole city, He gets around. Uh, but yeah, girl, I've seen channels rise and I've seen channels fall and I've seen channels go through, girl. uh, and he has the audacity to share my collection. Yeah, yeah. And how is everyone? You know, the audacity to shake my collection. And you know what? Why? You truly are like a collector. You know, you collect everything. There's two types of collectors. There's Y, and then there's Moon Baby, and then there's Gale. Ooh, buttery steak. I'm surprised my stomach's like agreeing with that leftover Chinese food. I was like, girl, I don't know how this is gonna go, but so far so good, you know. Oh, Terre Decorative is a Marseille-inspired deck. That I spell it right? I think you did. Marseille, Marseille. You know, we get the idea. Okay, yeah, I'll have to. Well, that's just it. It's like when it's a Marseille, I kind of just prefer this. You know, I kind of just prefer the good old-fashioned like wood block, etching, vintage-looking, old-fashioned type of thing. You know, old-fashioned. I don't even know how to describe it, but you know, I prefer this. I prefer, you know, I really prefer stuff like this. You know, if I'm gonna go Marseille, but that's the problem with Marseille. You've seen one Marseille, you've seen all of them. You know, it's like this, but so far this deck really like just stood out compared to like the other ones. You know, like the colors for some reason. I don't know. I like it though. I call it tarot de croissant. And it's like the true tea is like the Marseille tarot didn't really come from Marseille. There is a deck that came from Marseille. I think it's called the. No, I don't know. Annika would know better, but I'm pretty sure even she's like out of it too. But yeah, it's like I don't you know, I kind of like stopped with them. I have what I need. I have what I have, and I have what I need. Your decks are so pristine. What manufacturer is that deck? This one that I just showed. This one here. This is the CBD tarot. Wait, CBD, right? Yeah. I'm like trying to find. Here it is. Yeah, this one from US Games. It's by Yoav Bendov. You know, you can get this on US Games. And it's new, so it's not like a, you know. And this is by Ives Renard. This is the Gassman. This is a new one. This is the one that's just been reproduced right now. Terror of Musterberg, yeah. And Y just got the Fina della Torre, you know. And I am jealous. That's one that I saw, and I'm like, that's another one that I was like, oh, I always meant to get that one. But I forgot, you know, because it looks different than other Marseille decks, you know. Oh, I'm buffering? Oh no. Oh no, am I buffering? Is it because I was talking shit about Marseille or something? I don't know. I wasn't talking shit. Let's see. Yeah. Yeah. Where do you find your decks? Girl, Instagram. I go through. It's hold on. Usually it's like I used to find out like where the know-how and when how and how and how and so how through the Facebook group for Love of Cards. But I left that group. I was like, bye, you know? And yeah, but by then I already knew like where to find certain things, but there's still like websites that I'm like still finding like new decks and interesting decks and all that. But usually I go on Instagram. I use like there's like the Indie Deck Hub is a good one. There's again, it's just like randomly finding an artist and liking the art, and then like scrolling through their feed and being like, do they have tarot art? Do they have tarot art? Are they working on a deck? And if they're not, I'm like, okay, I'm not gonna follow. I'm just kidding. There's plenty of artists that I follow that I would hope they make a tarot deck. Uh, let's see. Yeah, anywhere I can get my fingers. Yeah, it's some, and I think like the tarot history group. That's another one that also like shows like that's where I got like the Ives Renard and like a few other ones as well. Uh, so yeah, need out of America as well. I'm like, just be careful, you know. I'd say Canada. I kind of want to see what it's like. I'm like affordable healthcare. What's that? Let's see. Why did I leave? So I left. I don't even know why I left. I think it was because it was like it was too. It got annoying. I don't know why, and it wasn't like what was it? I know there was a good reason. It's not coming to mind right now, but that's just how much of an impact it really had on me, I guess. Like how big of a deal it was to leave. I was like, I think it was because no, I remember now. I remember now. I saw like posts coming up that were like not to shame people that are beginners because everybody has starts whenever they're ready. Like there are beginners joining into the tarot world like at this minute, you know, at this very second in this hour, you know. Uh, but I was just like watching it. I was like, I'm beyond this, you know. I was like, we've already been through this. This information's already in this group. You just got to look it up, you know. And actually, no, I don't have notifications on Facebook, which is extremely like helpful. If you are on Facebook too much on your phone, turn off the notifications. It makes life so much easier. Trust me. It's like it's because Facebook will like notify you for no fucking reason. I'm like, no, like shut up, you know? That's why I like intentionally have to check it. And I still do every day, but it's not like I feel like it's more control. I feel like I have more control that way. And it might be an illusion. Control is an illusion, but you know, I feel like it's better than, you know, phone notification. There it is. I need to do that with Instagram because Instagram's doing that to me, where it's like, oh, so and so, someone you may know, is on Instagram. I'm like, I don't know this person. I'm not gonna follow. You know, that's not on that. But really, yeah, it's like I felt like I grew out of it. You know, it's like kind of like you know like I like graduating high school but still hanging out in your high school area. It's like, okay, like we get it, you peaked in high school, let's move on, you know. uh yeah, I don't want why to steal the spotlight, but I mean, like I said, if anybody wants to join and have a little chat with me, you know, email me, you know, at thetigersabyss@gmail.com, and I'll send you an invite link and we can chat, you know. I don't care. I don't care. Good for you, Gail. That you know that you're still that you feel still a part of it, and you still love it. A part of me was like, I wonder what's new. I wonder what's going on. I wonder what's happening. You know. But for the most part, I feel like I have a good, you know, finger on the pulse of the tarot world. You know, even outside of that. You know, so I feel like I don't need it anymore. I feel, you know. So yeah, if you're still in that group, no tea, no shade, no pink lemonade. You know. uh, anyone but one. The For Love of Cards group. Why? Let's see. I'm like, Gail, you can come on. Let me see. Let me check. I say like, you know, email me and come on, but I don't even check my email. Hello, Pepper Jackie. Let me see here. Let me check my email. Oh, what do you want, Uber Eats? I guess. No. Okay, let me see here. Yeah, no, nothing here. You're still in it. Okay, yeah. How? Okay, raise your hand if you're in the For Love of Cards group. Put a little hand emoji, or like, or just say in like the little parentheses, raise his hand or something. I was thinking of maybe getting that, but it's again, it's like, eh, it's not. It's like it looks nice, but they are working on another deck, and that one I'm curious to see. More than Elemental Terror. I can't remember what the other one's called, but hopefully next year it's out. But I might. Who knows? Uh, Uber Eats wants my money. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I think I left. Was it a year as well? No. When did I leave? When did I leave? I don't know. I think I said it somewhere. I don't know. Not sure if I'm not sure if I'm still in it. I mean, you would see like a post in your group section, right? And it'd be like, you should have me. You can check real quick. Check real quick, lady. I want to see, so I know who to block. I'm just kidding. And that's just it. It's like, I don't know why. I just felt like I've outgrown it, for some reason. And again, yeah, I know. No, not really. That's just it. No, it wasn't anything that was like super bad. It was just like I was looking through the posts, and and I guess it's like they turned me off in a way that was like I said, it's like I'm moving on, going another direction. I don't, yeah, you know what I mean. So yeah, and it might be also like maybe some people there, but I'm like, in the end, it's like you can't, like leave certain groups just because of a person here or there. But really, like, there really wasn't anyone like problematic or anything in there. I think. And there goes all my water. Oh, okay. Bye, why? How long is my hair? How long is my hair now? It's super long. All right, you have fun as well. Why? With whatever you're doing. You don't vibe with it anymore. Yeah, it's just as simple as that. I'm just not vibing it. Oh wow, you're not in it anymore. I wonder why. Yeah, why? When are you streaming next? Probably with the next unboxing. I don't know. Oh, maybe tomorrow? All right. We'll see. Yeah, and like I said, it wasn't like uncomfortable. Like I could have just stayed in it and been like, fine, whatever, but it's like, I don't know. Yeah. 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 Check it out, Thirsty Tarot. On the Thirsty Tarot channel, I have it down in that live stream. So you see where it is. It's like it's like when I have it like down and up to here, it's like up to here. It goes down here. So yeah. Okay, girl. I feel like you're doing this for the incorrect reasons, Shane. Yeah. No, I want it. I don't want it in my face. That's an issue. I need to figure out how to keep it out of my face, and that's why I have it up, and that's why I still wear the headband. I can take off the headband, but the headband just still helps keep some of the strands of hair out of my face. That's why I have it. So, yeah. Even though like Annika doesn't like it, Which, where is she? I think she's lurking. I don't know what she's doing, but yeah. What? No. Let's see. Very personable. Oh, thank you. Hopeful soul. Yeah, we see the tarot group made by Paris de Bono. Who is that? Pari Devono? I don't know. I don't know her. Annika works? I don't know. I've never. No, I haven't heard of that group though. No. Yeah. Let's see. I think it's Anneke. Man, I think it's this one. I believe that's how it was spelled. Even I don't. Nobody here. But yeah, speaking of buying a deck from Annika, she is divulging her collection. Follow her on Instagram. My collection for sale. And she's working on selling her collection, fleshing it out. Liquidating girl. That's what I should say. What? What is a tea? now I'm curious. Let me see. What is this? Now, Mama, I didn't know there was tea. Why come back? There's tea. He's an Aussie tarot reader, started a beginner tarot group, but it got messy as people just dumped cards and go, "What does this mean?" Wasn't properly wasn't properly moderated. I mean, it's like there's a group for there is space for a group for that. Like pull 3 cards. What do you guys think of this? Like keep it back and be take a step back from like what you would think of it, but you can't just I wonder what they were doing with that, huh? Interesting. This chat is a break I needed. Oh, thank you, hopeful soul. Let's see. If you don't have tea will come. I'm like, it's like Facebook is messy. Let's be real. Yeah, these are Facebook groups. I think the tarot. I think that's what it was called. Which, in my opinion, if you're gonna do the multiple words of tarot, I would have done the tarot rota aro, or like it's something like it's like orat, tarot, Torah, and rota and ator and something like that. There's a way. There's like you can make a whole sentence of that. It's like tarot is like the book of life or something. These people were damn lazy. I'm basically trying to get free readings. I mean, yeah, there we go. And there you go. Very, very lazy. I could. Wow. I have no idea. I don't know about all of that. I'm like, y'all can. I mean, people learn in different ways, but I'm like, it's like you kind of have to. I'm like, do they not memorize? Do they not? Are they not digesting? I don't know. Let's see. When I see tarot channels getting messy, it is doubly saddening. Spiritual empowerment shouldn't be negative and catty. Yuck. It's honestly with any social media space, there really is no avoiding things like that. Even as like I mean, bring it up again. I say people always say oh, tarot community is so unproblematic. No, it's everywhere. It's inescapable. And I think that's just part of socializing with people, particularly on an internet, space. We're not so used to it. I think that might also have a layer to it. But again, with like spiritual workings and all that stuff, it's not immune to it. Even in churches and all that, in sacred spaces, it happens. It happens. But how one deals with it and how one manages it and moderates, like tarot, lack of moderation. Hello, No, no, I don't do that. No, like I said, my body's pure. I don't do anything like that. I don't do anything. The closest I've gone to anything like altering is probably like caffeine. coffee and tea. It's the most intense that it gets with consuming things while doing readings. But You know, I know people do that like for like spiritual experiences and all that, but no, dangerous though either way. Where there's people, there's threat of negativity, which was there was a well, Shane, you've kind of experienced that in another tarot group, you know, of yeah, you know, in a post, and I was like, girl, you know, in the it was the YouTube tarot community, right? The tarot YouTube creators group, I think. But yeah, there is a lot of toxicity. Yeah, it's like yes, it's unavoidable, and it's like you got to know how to, you know, communicate and, you know, share what you need to say. You know, there was a like a few like the last live chat I did with Lucy. You know, a lot of people were like putting out conspiracy theories and all that with on like the vaccine for the coronavirus and all that. And I was like, and it was like, it really bugged me for throughout the whole thing, you know. You know, I was like, they were said, I'm surprised. I thought you'd have a more open mind. I'm like, I do have an open mind. At least I think I do. But and then I was called a sheep, and that just like made me like laugh even more. But I was like so caught off guard. I didn't really know how to, you know, really like sit down and be like, okay, wait a minute, okay, because what we're not going to do in this channel is science denial and put out conspiracy theories, you know, and promote conspiracy theories as, you know, truth. You know, I may have shit like, you know, I may have shit like this and all that in my books and all that, but but I know when to, you know, keep boundaries and know what I'm putting out there on the internet, you know. Yeah, toxic positivity, yeah. And it was like, the thing was, it was like there was like a lot of irony in like how that person like made those comments in that, you know, thing. It's like, you know, in the context of the bigger of the main post, it's like, what do you wish you knew before getting into the tarot spiritual occult community or whatever? I can't remember what it was called, but yeah, I was like, it's very ironic that that's in there. It's like, it's very fitting. You know, it was like example A. You know, if you could have one last meal, what would it be? I'm not sure. It'd probably be the Americanized Japanese food that I love. But yeah, I would. I'm not sure what else. Yeah, that's probably it. Yeah, yeah. Yes. You know, tempura, teriyaki chicken, and, you know, some sushi. You know. Wait a second. She loves to shuffle, but she's scared to damage the cards. I don't know how to shuffle to save my life at the moment. I mean, it takes practice. Get a pack of playing cards and practice on that, you know? And that's how I learned, you know? So yeah. So yeah, that's how, you know. And it's like, and if not, you know, overhand, although not as proficient, not as efficient as, you know, a good riffle shuffle, it's, you know, you still get that, you know? Yes, it was. That's the post you're talking. Yeah, that's the post I was talking about. Yeah, it was like about, you know, shit, like it was very like victim blamey type of, you know, toxic positivity, where it's like, it's because you weren't happy enough, and it's like okay, Brenda, not everyone can be neurotypical. I don't know if that's the right word. It's annoying when something is countered with facts, when it gets thrown back at you, then you get accused of not allowing people their opinions. I have a weak hand sometimes. My cards be flying. That's true. I'm very blessed to have really strong hands, you know, and really like strong, like long and big, strong hands and long fingers, you know. So yeah. How do you shuffle the true black tarot? Girl, I just shuffle it. Like, you know, I just shuffle it as such. Yeah, that's a Byzantine though. But I mean, But True Black is one of the trickier ones. It's still a good, like, this is one that really like stretches the tendons in my hands. I'm like, I just shuffle it. As such, but it doesn't do the bridge well. I just do it, girl, you know? And then I just overhand. But this one like really like puts it to the limit, you know? It is. Subscribe to Thirsty Tarot. Let's see. Do you exercise to keep sane? I should be exercising. I keep thinking like, if I just exercise, I can have abs. I know I can. I can get rid of I can get rid of my man boobs, you know. But no, I don't. I don't exercise. I should. Yes, it truly is one of the thickest decks. Like, it is the thickest decks. I think it has like 400 GSM. Like I said, she's doing too much. She's doing way too much. I don't know who encouraged her. She could have just toned it down 350. How about that? You know, maybe 360. You know, this is a bit much. My first video back is going to be riffle shuffling at the 1980s Blue Box Featherweight Smith over and over and over again. Watch them cringe. That girl, that's there's ASMR. That's where the money's at, you know, shuffling and being like, you know, the whispering and all that. I got the mic set up for it, but I don't want to do that. That's not me, because apparently whispering is actually really bad for your throat. So yeah. Let's see. You have all your decks just laying about. I have a few here and there. You know, but that's, honey, are you really a tarot collector if you just have your deck, if you don't have a stack of decks in front of you to shuffle when you're just like doing whatever, you know, reading or like watching YouTube videos or whatever, you know, or TV shows or binge watching a show. So yeah, the mat is very strong. It is very strong. It is, again, it's like the thickness and the matte finish. You're doing too much. Oh, what's your favorite drink? My favorite drink would have to be water. There's nothing like a fresh cup of water, especially when you're like, you know, like dehydrated, and it's just like, it's like a reviving. It's like your body's like, you know, entering into an altered state. I think that's how you truly meet your holy guardian angel, drinking a nice glass of water in the middle of the night. That's what it's all about. That's how you meet your guardian angel. I'm just kidding. That's not how it is. But yeah, I think also like maybe like I really love those ice soda drinks. They're like sugar-free, but you know, and they're like in those thin bottles, you know, but I don't like LaCroix or like, you know, sparkling soda like that. It's like I need a little bit of sweetness, you know. And what's your fancy mic? You're really moving up. Not really. It's just, you know, I'm like, I'm tired of the low quality audio. I'm like, I should have no excuse of this, you know. So yeah, this Sabbath Tarot feels very similar to True Black, just not as thick, just thick in other parts. I don't like that deck. It's not, it's, no. I mean, and this is just it. I don't go to tarot for these things, you know. That's why, you know, there's those not safe for work adult websites for that, you know. That's what I'm saying, you know. But you know, I do like the look of like the production quality, the book and the box set, all that. You know, I really like that. Wow, you are. I know I'm a unique individual. You know. Oh, girl, for a second I thought you said pool water. I was like, wait a minute, with the chlorine? No, I do not have any posters. I don't really have that many prints. I don't really do that kind of thing. The only one I have was a gift of the Hanged Man from the Blood Moon Tarot, that nobody here, Annika, sent to me as a birthday gift, I believe. Yeah, or like an early birthday. I can't remember. But yeah. But it's like, I mean, what a unique question I should throw back at you. It's like, what? It's like, I love my coffee in the morning. I love, it's, I th- I'm not extra like that. And I don't do alcoholic drinks. I'm like, I don't do that. Let's see. There's a great ASMR channel that covers really interesting topics, but it's hard to hear what's saying. I fall asleep. I think he's French. Yeah, I mean, like, if you, I wouldn't do that. If I want to learn something, I want to stay up and pay attention to it. But I mean, if you need to fall asleep, I guess. Oh yeah, they're making a Sabbath Lenormand. I mean, like, what is he just gonna put like a muscly dude with a hard dick in every single card or something? Well, no. I'm gonna say no. It's not like the Saint Jinx. uh, but it's like, I mean, it's again. Anyways, okay, Lucy's reflections. So Blood Moon is she's on the boat. I talked about this earlier in the stream. I was like, it's here. It's in our waters. It's in it's in the US waters waiting to come into port. uh but I'm like, you know what? I said it before and I'm gonna say it again. I'm about ready to just walk over there or drive down to the port and get on the boat and get my decks, do it myself. I saw a picture of on Instagram by this person, another artist. I can't remember her name, but at the moment, but I like her art, But she posted a picture of like, to let people know who bought like stuff from her, of like the USPS and how like overhauled it is and how backed up it is. So who knows how long it's really gonna get through to us? But we're at the end. We're at the last leg of the Blood Moon, waiting. It's over. The wait is over. They're printed. They're here. They're on their way. It's coming. It's coming. She's coming. The wait is over. But yeah. Let's see. No, I'm lurking. Let's see. I don't like alcohol either. Good. I mean, well, not. I mean, I will say. The experience, the first time getting drunk, it was like fun, but the aftermath, no. I don't like food poisoning. I don't like feeling like I got food poisoning, and I'm not here for that. Oh, are you in Australia? Lucy's reflection. Yeah, then it sucks when it's like you gotta wait for it to get over here, then it has to cross the ocean again to get to you. I mean, that's why I think Orion's kind of did it the smart way, where they shipped it straight from China, I think, and they shipped out to different worlds, so it's not coming all the way to the U.S. and then going to other. But if you want to make sure you have your product, well made, you kind of have to have it there and see it in person and like manage it and see if there's any damaged decks or whatever. But again, it's like that's the biggest issue with living in Australia. The market is mostly US centric and Europe as well, so and also like with Britain, the UK, with what's going on there. Apparently, like I backed this one deck, the Yochi Yokai, I think. I can't remember what it's called, but that's coming. That deck is was just funded, and he was telling people like, if you're in the UK, cancel your pledge because I can't ship it to you. And if you do, then then I think some people are like, oh, I am in the UK, but I'm gonna send it to a different address, and then they're gonna mail it to me. I don't know. That's which I'm like, why is life being so hard right now? Why is the mail being like this? Mercury retrograde, but this is a little different. I'm still waiting for Earth, Flesh, and Bone Stone. Correction, Bone Stone, Earth, Flesh. Well, I mean, it's a unique name, but I'm like, girl, like again, doing a bit much. But they messed the address up, child. I mean, girl. Which, wait, you've been waiting 3 years. I like watched it since its inception. You know, like, well, the first few, like, last live stream. I don't know how many live streams I watched, but I was there, bro. I was in the live streams, girl, watching them and waiting for it. And I was like, I'm excited for this. I'm ready for it. I'm gonna buy it. And then I was gonna buy it. And I'm like, eh. And I was like, eh. And then like for the whole time, and then it finally came out, and it was shipping out, and people were like, well, there's a few copies available. And I'm like, oh. I'm like, I was looking at it. Should I get it? Should I get it? And I was like, I was thinking, I was like, maybe I shouldn't. You know, I'm like, girl, like the mailing thing, how long it took, the issues of like sending it to be made and the production and all that. I'm like, you know what? Whatever. I'm gonna get it, and I'm gonna like disconnect from like the background and the drama and the conflama of all of it and see how well it reads. And let me tell you, girl, it's worth it. Well, kind of. I mean, I'm liking so far. It's a unique reader. I'm still figuring it out. She I don't know how she did it, but Anatolian and Avalon Cameron, they did. Let me tell you, they did a good job. They didn't do that bad of a job. All right. Let's see. Shipping directly from the printer seems smart. Carbon footprint, and also having an expert team do the shipping, because shipping over 500 orders with 1 to 2 people. Oh yeah. But I feel like for some reason, like my brain kind of like I feel like I would be interested in something like that, you know, doing the, you know, packing, printing the labels and pasting it and all that, you know, and properly packaging it, you know, using the proper tape, you know, taping packages shut, right, so that they arrive safely. I love doing that. But yeah, that sucks, Fairy Ren, that you're still waiting for it. Me too. I watched it. Yeah, but you haven't gotten yours yet. Like or like, are they still dealing with that? Like, what's good? Like, everybody has theirs, but yours? Like, what, girl? And you're in Australia. So what is the truth? Child. Right? I didn't get it until the end of the post. I'm like, you know what? Yeah, that's. Sometimes it's best to just wait for it to be available after all the drama. Let's see. What is this? You are a doctor at a top hospital. You have 6 gravely ill patients, 5 of whom are in need of organ transplant. Okay, let's see. You can't help them though, because there are no available organs that can be used to save their lives. The 6th patient, however, will die without a particular medicine. If they die, if she or he dies, you will be able to save the other 5 patients by using the organs of patient 6, who is the organ donor. What do you do? I mean, I'm like, my brain is already saying, like, let him die. I mean, if you know, if he doesn't get the particular medicine, and if it doesn't work and he passes away, you know, and he is an organ donor, then milagro, you know. But if not, I'm sorry, R.I.P. You know, and those are the difficult decisions of life, you know, of being a doctor. The stress that a doctor has to go through for that, it's like, it takes a very specific type of mentality to go through that, you know. Yes, I'm an expert at sending properly taped packages. I'm like, girl. You see, Anna's like, I agree with you. I'm like, you know. Yeah, it's like, no, I went into it. I'm like, yeah. It's a trap. It's kind of like the trolley question. No, this is actually easier than the trolley question, you know? You know, where it's like, oh, you run over one person or you run over the 6. It's like, I'm like, girl, just shut down the trolley. Yeah, you purchased it April 2018. Avalon, the creator, has been lovely. Yeah, she has had to wait for replacement decks to be shipped to her home in Tasmania. Ah, that's right. Okay. Well, when did I get mine? Oh, I bought mine in 2020. I bought mine last year. I was here. I bought it here, and I ordered it, you know, and it came in rather quickly. which I was like, yes, you know, I got it. I didn't even know it was like at the door. I was like, girl, oh, you know, and it was here, and I got it. I'm like, you know what? Okay, so yeah, hopefully you get yours soon, you know. Oh yeah, of course, and that's the point. You're not intentionally trying to hurt someone, you know. Yeah, it's a moral dilemma. Yeah, it's like, because again, due to your Hippocratic oath, you can't just let the person that needs that particular medicine die. You have to, like, you know. So again, just to save the other six, you don't. You that's not the point. You kind of have to try to say, because it's like those six are already like lost causes. Unfortunately, you kind of have to accept, you know. And that's when you have to like know like when to pick your battles, you know. The people who shipped it out left a number off my address. So wait, so it did ship out, right? And was it delivered to someone else? You aren't killing them, you just withhold the medicine to save 5 other people. If you don't, all 6 patients, well, yeah, it's like, yeah. It's like, you either save 1 or you save 5. And it's like, and really it's like I said, you know, you give him the particular medicine. That's what I said. Like, if you have the medicine to give him, you know, give it to him. You know, you don't, because that right there, you know, you're just not withhold. You just withhold the medicine. That's like, I'm like, that's kind of, you kind of are, you kind of are killing them. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I'm like, right there. It's like, yeah, but if it's like, if you give him the particular medicine, it doesn't work, and so, you know, it's like that right there. It's like, I have to give him this medicine, you know, and you know what I mean? Those people, those 5, you know, but the point is, it's like, he can save those. Yeah, you know, I'm not a doctor, thank God, you know. Yes, it went to number 9, not 39, and then got redirected back to China. Oh, girl, what? Now that's trash. Now that's trash. Yeah, I'll drop it. Not a, yeah. I'm like, how I said it the first time. If you guys skipped over, like, go back like a few minutes, and you'll see what I said. Yeah, so it is the trolley question. Like I said, shut down the trolley. Why are they on the trolley? Get them out. Or just make the trolley go hit both rails. No, that's fucked up. No. So yeah, but yeah, I mean, like, girl, I'm like, I'm glad I'm working with it. I'm glad I have the bone, stone, earth, flesh. But you know, we'll see how it goes. I read parts of the book too, and the book isn't, you know, isn't like anything to like ignore. Lucky I am kind and patient. Right, I know quite a few people were like aware, and quite a few people weren't. Oh, and I think, like, low key, like, the people that like kind of get impatient, like with Bone, Stone, or Flesh and Blood Moon, they kind of give off a vibe of, you know, they kind of give off the vibe of like, I want the newest and best thing in the tarot before anyone else, and I want it as fast as possible so it can be here, so I can, you know, flaunt it and have it in my collection because other people don't have it. You know, it's a weird thing like that. I feel like, or maybe I'm projecting, because I can be like that at times. I'm like, huh, look what I got, and you don't. But now it's like, you know, it's like, but it's like, it's different situations, different that, you know. Having all the decks in the world is not all there is to life. There's also Oracle decks. I'm just kidding. I love these spicy questions. It's like, keep them coming. Keep them coming. Except having to do with being a doctor. I'm like, I don't know. I'm not a scientist. I'm not a doctor. Right? And it should be like, why didn't it? Oh, that's right, because she ships it out from the printer. I don't know why she. Again, this is probably a good reason why, this is another reason why, to have it shipped to the creator and for them to ship it out to everywhere else. But yeah. Yeah, you cannot judge souls by numbers. Yeah. It's like you try to save all of them, it's like, that's why I said, like, try to save the one that because like you said, you have the medicine. The point of the Hippocratic Oath is to give that person the medicine, so again, you give them that medicine, say it doesn't work out, you get, then you know what, hey, miracle in a way that saves 5 people, but really it's like those people, it's like the organ donor, list work system thing is like, it's really like messed up. That's why if I die, I think I have my stuff like donate, I have all my organs donated if I die, because it's like, girl, it's like I'm gonna be buried. It's like, take what you can, take whatever works. That being said, I'm pretty sure I have my liver and my lungs are a little bit damaged, but yeah, it's but so who knows if that'll be valuable on like my heart, I guess, maybe I don't know what else. My kidneys. I hope those are well taken care of. I'm sorry for the quiet. I'm like reading the chat here. I'm like, girl, whew, I got it out of me. I would rather let my oath down and save more human lives. I would at least let people know. As like messed up as that sounds, it's like, again, would you tell people, it's like, would you tell people, like, there are 5 other people that will die, and if you die and you're an organ donor, you can save these 5 people. But it's like, again, do no harm. With you withholding that medicine, you're doing harm. With the organ donations, it's really out of your hand in a way. I know, Kumar, I know. It's like you're messy. Eyes, maybe kidneys. My eyes, I mean, like, I'm saying like probably not my eyes because I have a astigmatism, right? No. Is that right? Yeah. Right. And also well, I'm not sure. My retinas, I think that's what they can like transplant. But yeah, like I said, it's like, I can give the medicine, I'm gonna give the medicine. But if we run out of the medicine, then again, milagro, we save these 5 other people. Andale, there we go, astigmatism. So yeah, well, this is a tarot wisdom question. Let's see what the tarot has to say on it. Because it also brings up like so there's an anime, I haven't seen it, but the concept is sort of similar to this, and it's called Monster. So it's about so there's an accident, it's a father and a son, they're dying, and the son the son and the dad are like dying, and like the surgeon can only save one of them, and so he decides to save the son. Son later grows up to become a serial killer, like a psychopathic serial killer. Sure, I got it backwards. Like I said, it's like, like I said, I wouldn't withhold the medicine. I'd give him the medicine if I have it, you know. Unfortunate, and that's the difficult part. It's like you have to. Those are the tough choices you have to make when you're a surgeon. I read Way of Kings. Similar issue here. You know, there's just certain like times where you just have to cut your losses. So let me see. What does the tarot say about this? So here it's like, do you withhold the medicine or do you give the medicine? Let's see. Let's see what the tarot says. Huh? Sure, I got it backward. I'm like, don't. Lucy's a Libra, so she struggles with these types of questions. Hermit of the Moon. Let's see. What is your question, Hermit of the Moon? You're always around and about, you know. Well, what is your question? I mean, no, you have to super chat. Just kidding. Lucy said, I said what I said. I struggle because I'm a... I'm just saying, you know, it's like you're weighing your options, you know, the 1% or the 5 people, you know. But it was a hypothetical, you know. Damn it, I forgot what the fuck. I need to restart that. Hold on, let me see. Okay, so the first one is going to be for withholding, and then giving the medicine, because you have it, you know. Should you give the medicine? Should you withhold the medicine? Let me focus back on this. Oh, what's a hypothetical question? What's your hypothetical question then, Hermit of the Moon? Let's see. Give the medicine. It's, hey, you know, see what the tarot says, you know, see what it says. Let's see. Give the medicine. And then let's see the withhold. Yeah, it's like, yeah, but anyways, but then that leads into like survivor's guilt, you know, if you save that one person or you save those 5 people, you know, it's like, you know, though, it's like, again, like every life is sacred, you know. You know, and it's like it's this is the difficult choices that, and it is hypothetical, but I'm pretty sure some doctor somewhere had to go through something like this, you know. Now we're getting into philosophy, mama. Let's see. Withhold the medicine. What do you think? What do you think? Yeah, with humans, it's not a numbers game. Yeah. Or like I said, 5 times likely to get a serial killer. Hello, huh? Withhold the medicine. Interesting cards. Interesting. So to give, if you give the medicine, this is what the tarot says in this hypothetical. 7 of Pentacles. Okay, wait and see. Like I said. And then the 7 of Cups. Okay, different options, different variables. Like anything could happen. But then at the end is the 10 of Wands. You have that guilt hanging over, you know. And I think that's one thing. Like I said, it takes a certain mentality for people to like not hold on to that guilt of like letting 5 people die, you know. And then withholding the medicine, you have Justice, which is interesting. I'm like, why are you here? You know. And the Ace of Pentacles and the 6 of Wands. Interesting. So I'm not really I don't want to read too much into it, but I want to see what you know, I want y'all to ruminate on it, you know, and think about that. You know? It's a very eco-fascist thing to say. Humans are a scourge to this planet. We're the real virus. It's like, no, it's like we are competent enough to take care of it. We know what we have to do. We know what we need to do to take care of it and to manage this planet. But yet, you know, we allow and glorify and let people billionaires and, you know, just run this shit like they think it's normal. Like, I think it was Elon Musk, you know, tweeted out, anybody like tell me like ideas for things that cleans carbon out of the air. And like someone just commented like trees. It's like, it's there. Plant trees. Fucking plant more trees. You know, stop burning the forest. You know, stop destroying, you know, the trees and all that. You know. So let's see. I know Hermit of the Moon asked a question. Let's see. If you can leave your home forever and couldn't come back, what would you choose to take with you? Obviously, my tarot collection. Just kidding. Well, actually, yeah, I would take my tarot decks with me. You know, certain ones. Obviously, I'm thinking more like I thought of this as well. Let me just say that. You know, I have the idea of like maybe like getting an RV or a camper, whatever, just driving around. You know, there's a movie coming out called Nomadland. I think it's going to be on Hulu. So hopefully I can watch it. And something like that. I'm like, you know what? I would like to see that. I would like to try it, you know. Obviously not fully disconnect from, the system, you know, from society and all that. But, you know, just wander around, you know, see the world a bit, you know. You know. That way I won't have to worry about paying rent. Just have to worry about paying gas. You know, and keeping upkeep with my car or whatever. But this is coming from someone who doesn't even know how to drive. But you know, I would have my cards. I probably like. It probably would make me downsize, like get rid of my books and all that. But obviously, like clothes and food, like obviously the essentials, you know. But yeah, let's see. Sorry, Anthony. The tarot readings today. I just pulled some cards for something. I haven't kept up with the chat here. Also trying to convince everyone. You draw the cards. Yeah. It's clear you would withhold the medicine. Like I said, I wouldn't. Me personally, I wouldn't. I would give the medicine to the person because again, I have it there. I know I can save this life. By doing that, I wouldn't withhold it because again, Hippocratic oath, I wouldn't do it. You know, because with the 5, hands are tied. You can't do it. But again. Time travel question. You go back in time and kill baby Hitler. Do you do so? No, I go back in time and I convince the guy that was going to shoot Hitler during World War One to shoot him. That's what I do. I was like, take it. Take the shot. Do it. Do it. You don't know what you're preventing here. You have no idea what you're going to let happen. But I mean, like, who knows if, like, I mean, like, because if it wasn't Hitler, then we would also have Japan and Italy, you know, the other two Axis powers, you know, doing what they're doing. We would have to see how that plays out. But again, I mean, like, we are where we're at now. I'd rather time travel to like do unsolved mysteries. So yeah. Rich people are yeah. I think we've all agreed. Rich people are not people. Let's see. I'd rather just kill one. You see, it's like I'd rather try again. It's like if it's out of my hands, I'd be like, it's out of my hands. Yeah, yes, of course I would take my bottled water that I'm obsessed with. Oh, we're no. Yeah, obviously, it's like I said. It's like I'd encourage the guy that was supposed to shoot him. Like it's a weird story. It's like he could have taken the shot. Why didn't he take the shot? You know. But again, yeah. For misanthropy, yeah, something like that. I'm like, last I checked, it's like that term is what they call eco-fascist in a way, because it's like people are the scourge of the earth. Then that means like, okay, so what do we get to do? What do we have to diminish the population? And who doesn't get to live and who gets to survive? It's like, no, we're getting into territory that should not be done. It's like, yeah. You see, and it's like this, you know. It's like I would rather save the people would usually like just simply go. I would try to save as many people as possible, but then there's going to be times where it's like, okay, do you save 5 people or 6 people? You know. I know, and Pepper Jackie's like, my pets are driving me crazy. Yeah. Rich people are the parasite. It's like, you don't need all that money. What are you doing with all that money? You see, if a zombie apocalypse broke out, where would you build your base? I would probably go with a boat. But I would like to see what they did with that in that one show. Like, I think it's like Fear the Walking Dead. I don't think people watched it, but I know that's like the concept, like they go on a boat. I'm like, I would go out to sea, you know. They can't swim, what they gonna do, you know? The seawater would just break them apart. Their rotting bodies would break apart. You know, that's just it. Zombies are weird because it's like scientifically they really are impossible. And if they're hurting like that, why don't they just burn them, you know? If they're all together, I'm pretty sure if you just lit a fire on them, the fire would just spread among them, and it would just be a massive, you know what I mean? I'm like thinking of that scene in The Walking Dead where they're like in that giant pit, and I'm like, you can take care of a lot of them like this. So yeah, watch The Walking Dead the first season. I watched them, but I don't know how to feel about them. But I still I don't know. Is there a new season? Is there a new season? I'm actually I probably just want to watch them to find out what the hell happened to Rick. What happened to Rick Grimes, right? Is that his name? You know, it's like, what happened to him? Who are the people with the helicopter? What was, you know, who was on the walkie-talkie? What's going on? That's what I want to know. I mean, realistically, the human body would float, you know. They would float up if, you know, but it depends on, like, yeah. Why can zombies not just walk underwater? I mean, like, and even then, if zombies are walking underwater, how deep are they going to go? Are they just going to walk down into the deepest trenches and the pressure will just crush their bodies and destroy their brains like that? Hello, you know? You see, I don't think he's dead. I don't think he's dead. It kind of feels like zombie apocalypse since the virus, yeah. And the zombies are like the anti-maskers. I'm just kidding. Yeah. Yeah, you don't float, right? No, because it's like, if you, let me tell you, I don't know, right? Would you float? I mean, think about it. Your body's decomposing, and your body is like bloating, and that gas is just gonna help you float. You know what I mean? You're like a little balloon. You're gonna float. Yeah, buoyancy, buoyancy, mama, buoyancy. And again, it's like with their state of their bodies. Okay, what about the spinal cord damage? You know, can they even walk? You know, can they even move? Can they really move? Like, you know, it's like, what are we doing here? And it's like, but it's like the laws is like you destroy the brain, they die. But it's like I said, what part of the body, like you still the nervous system? It's like people forget the nervous system exists. Unless it's like magic, like Pirates of the Caribbean, that's the only exception. But with magic, it's like they still have like consciousness and they're sentient, you know. But you know, so yeah, which kind of like I miss Pirates of the Caribbean. Remember when Pirates of the Caribbean was enjoyable? And that show was just based on the ride. And then what was it? Dead Men Tell No Tales, I think, something like that. You know, with the trident. I'm like, girl, this is trash. What are we watching? What are we doing here? Right? It's like because the pressure, even still, is like the body would be destroyed, the brain would be destroyed, the brain stem, the body organs, you'd be crushed. You wouldn't be able to move. You know, think of it like having a bunch of rocks or mattresses on top of you. You can't really move under there. Versus like a blanket, you know, you would, you know what I mean? Some zombie verses, their zombies can run, but others don't. So yeah, if they're like the limping, like rotting, decaying ones, that's like, I'm like, okay, how are these people still dying in this world? But if it's the running ones, like 28 Days Later, I love 28 Days Later. 28 Days Later, underrated. I need to watch 28 Weeks Later still. But the running ones, that's like rabies. That right there, I feel like that's more realistic, you know, or like World War Z, that's a little more realistic, you know, because like I said, rabies, actual virus, really fucking creepy. Like, what the fuck, you know, like, yeah. But, anyways, yeah, they would turn to mush, you know, yeah. Oh yeah, like that right there. Yeah, in a lake or a pond, like obviously. But even then, it's like water would help decompose that. There's bacteria and there's all that. You know, they ain't taking baths. They're not moisturizing. You know, and it's like how do they keep their body intact? You know, vitamin C. Literally, vitamin C is necessary for the human body to stay intact. If not, you're just gonna fall apart. You know. So yeah. Because zombies are so real. That's just it. It's like if you want it, again, there has to be like a level of disbelief with these zombie shows. So yeah, you know, yeah, I find all zombie stuff boring. Yeah, when I get to thinking of it, I'm like, why are we so obsessed with it? But I still like it, you know. Let's see, if a zombie was dense enough to sink while in the water, they would be far too slow to damage people on dry land. They'd be too dense, heavy. Exactly. I feel like, again, I'd go on a boat. Because it's like they're far away, you know. Unless the animals turn into zombies and we got like zombie sharks. You see, that's why I'm saying, you know, it depends on the world building. You know, is it science fiction zombies or is it fantasy magical zombies? Game of Thrones, Pirates of the Caribbean, that goes with more the magic. You know, they're more like puppets on a string, so their nervous system isn't really like that. It's magic. You know, it's kind of like the science of like a fire breathing dragon. How does a dragon breathe its fire? you know, either like their breath can make a certain toxin or whatever, or a gas that ignites and they have like a spark thing in their mouth or whatever, or again, it's just magic, you know. Zombie whales, yes. That would be horrifying. Like, no. Oh my gosh, I wanted to say Underworld, but it gives the same vibe. Resident Evil, yeah. Oh my gosh. Now I'm thinking. Now I'm remembering how Resident Evil, how everyone's obsessed with Resident Evil at the moment with the giant lady, you know, with the nice brimmed hat, and people like are obsessing with her. uh, but yeah, like I know like Resident Evil there it's like animals also get like the virus and they like become weird monsters. I'm like, girl, give me more of that. Give me zombie animals. Like how does it because again, and also epidemiologists, some animals are immune to, you know, certain to viruses, you know. Let's see, zombies are our generation monster because everyone on their phone computer all we are all like zombies. I remember people in the street walking and looking down on their phones. I mean, like people said the same thing about newspapers and reading books, you know. So I'd be careful with that. But it's like again, it's like I mentioned it before. We don't the internet personality and our connection to it and the cyberpunk dystopia we're kind of leaning into, we're sliding into slowly, you know. That's yeah. But I wouldn't be I wouldn't so much, you know, shame people for being on their phone, because again, they might just be looking at their phone, but they're also like, what are they doing on their phone, you know? Are they texting their mom, you know, that they'll see them soon, you know, they're coming over for dinner tonight or whatever? Or are they just, you know, scrolling, you know, through Instagram and liking pics, you know? It's like it depends, time and place, you know. Or are you on there reading a book, you know, studying up for your final or whatever, you know, on your way to that final? Again, it's a whole new world. But yeah, I see the connection though, you know. Yeah, like that fungus. Yeah, that fungus is creepy. It makes my face itch. Like, ugh, ugh. That one that like goes into like ants and spiders and all that. Yeah. People are looking at their phones because it's a technological miracle. It really is. Like we have like this can hold like hundreds of gigabytes of data, you know, and eventually we're gonna get there to the point of like it's gonna hold like terabytes, even more of that. But it's but yeah, like I said, it's like, do we need all that? And it's like, how much do we really need? You know, let's go back to the flip phones. Let's go back to that physical technology. I want the clickety buttons again. You know, bring it back. And they're kind of doing that with like the foldable phones and screens, you know, with the flip phones. I kind of like that, but for me, it's like it's like again, the point of the flip phone was the energy behind hanging up on someone, you know, you know, but uh, it, it, with that you can't do it because you're gonna crack your screen. The zombie dogs. Newspapers and books and TVs are not the same. Just because on the spreading curve, it's exponential these days. The current digital side. What I'm saying, what I would say more with the internet and digital stuff with the phone is again that social lines of being blurred. Again, Facebook friends. People have like hundreds and hundreds of Facebook friends. Have you ever really met those people in real life? Do you really know these people? Can you really call them friends? You know, because they're really not. You know, there's people that send me friend requests. I'm like, I ain't gonna accept that. You know, and even then, it's like I don't. You know, yeah, yeah. Uh, a world in your hands, literally, literally. But yet here I am watching stupid Instagram, TikTok videos with it. I can learn anything, you know. I highly recommend, Lucy, that you listen to that Jungian YouTube channel that they study like the work of Jung, Carl Jung, and they were talking about this exact same thing and like the issues that we have, like, you know, compared to like how we didn't really have to deal with anything like this back in ancient times, you know, during the dawn of civilization, all that, you know. uh, the things that we can find out in an hour online was what some people could barely learn in a lifetime, like millennia ago, or like some how many hundreds of years ago, I can't remember. But yeah, it's like yeah. You know what? How about the really fucking long like videos? I'm like, okay, maybe y'all need to edit this down a bit. I say as I have a 2 hour live stream here, but I'm like, you know what? Just have it on in the background, listen to it. They read out of some of Jung's writing, and you know what, girl? Maybe that's what we should talk about, huh? Digesting Jungian philosophy or Jungian psychology or whatever. uh, oh, right? No. Our calculators, our like our graphing calculators can do that. Can do what the first U.S. team to the moon. What that computer could do. Now it's like, whoa, It's like, yeah, we can with this essentially with this we technically, I don't know if that's the right word. We could send someone to the moon with this, and it's like, why haven't we though? Why haven't we done more with space? What are we doing? Let's see, nothing like dropping a rolling standing phone. These huge ones with the wheel to dial it. Oh yeah. And it's like, you hold it with one hand and then you have it like here, it's like I said what I said. Oh my god, encyclopedias. That, I mean, like, now it's just inefficient, it's like, yeah. But then we have like the information overload, because it's like we're having like conflicting data coming in like all the time, but on certain things. There's some things that we know. Oh, I feel less if I leave my phone at home, to be honest. I mean, that right there, it's like, well, it is an important thing. If you need to contact someone, if you get, if you need, it's an emergency tool either way. But but again, I only feel that when I go to the bathroom. I'm like, I can't, but even then I would do it with books. And thankfully now I'm kind of picking up the habit again of even like reading in the bathroom. So just a heads up, my books, they go with me where I need to read, where I have the time to read. But libraries though, either way, underrated. I think we need to find a way to revamp libraries and go back and make them like, new and exciting, because really it's like libraries are very, very powerful tools. Even if we do have like the same amount of information in our phones, they're free. That's the lovely thing about libraries. They're free, and they're a place to go. But during Rona, probably stay home. And yet, yes, it was so fun to search for books. You know what? The second Rona's over, the second I can like go outside without having to put on a fucking mask, which by the way, I do need to order a new mask. I'm fucking tired of wearing the one that I have. It's like, it's all off. It doesn't fit right. Anyways, the next thing I do, the first thing I do, is gonna go to the library and wander the bookshelves and like wander around and like, yeah. And like go through it and like just like see what's there, see what books are there, because there's like those books that like they're just like books, so you just see the spines of books, but you don't really like pull them out and actually see what they're about. You know what I mean? I like to do that. I would like to try that, one day. See, I raised my kids in the library. What school? Go to the library. Yeah, you see, I never had to do that. I grew up in an era where we did have to go to the library. I remember going to our school. We always had a day to go to the school library and look up what books were there. There was always those, like, always. I think, what did I read? I think I read like, what is it? It's like Dragon Spell or something. I can't remember what it's called, but it's about, like, it's about dragons and shit, girl. And there was another book series that was called, like, the girl Magic Treehouse. That girl, mama. There was another one called, I think it was called the Zach Files, and I was like, I never wanted to read it because it was like, my name, Zach, also Zach. And I was like, okay, like, I don't want to be that person. But then I read a book and I was like, oh, I'm in for it. I'm here for it. Yeah. Have you noticed there has been an increase in interest in spiritual practices and tarot since coronavirus? I'm not sure, but I'm not sure. I don't know. I haven't really gotten, I don't know. I don't know. I know before, like, even before there was like a growing interest, I will say. I think it was during this last presidential election, and I think with our growing digital age or something, I think it has something to do with that. Like, as Lucy was saying, like, digital zombies, our heads still stuck there. I think people want to, like, again, they want to step back from that in a way. I don't know. Yeah, you see, no, I can't. I've learned to. Yes, I love that Netflix was able to adapt all of them, but I wish I had Jim Carrey. Jim Carrey just nailed it in that movie. I mean, anything Jim Carrey did was good back then, Like The Grinch. Why did they remake The Grinch? We didn't need to remake The Grinch. Like, who said, you know what we should do? We should remake The Grinch. No, that movie was perfect. That was a perfect, and I'm getting annoyed with, yeah. Anyways, but yeah, with yeah, Amazon Prime ruined me, Lord help. Yeah, I haven't ordered a book from Amazon. But now it's Barnes and Noble instead, because it's like, Jeff Bezos doesn't need that much money. So I'll give it to another big company, but it's dying, and I'm like, I'm gonna keep this bitch alive. But I think hopefully, the future will be more independent bookstores, and like vintage bookstores, because again, people love a good physical book. I mean, and we're seeing this new growth in these new interests. Like, I've mentioned this before. I mentioned this plenty of times, where people are like doing more things like this, the nice binding and the nice, lovely, covers, and, the special edition fully illustrated books and all that, like, what's a good one? I can't think of a good one. I know, like, let me see. Please don't fall, books. Let me scoot you over so you don't fall. Like, these, have been like re-released on like special leather bound with gilt, stamping on them, to make them unique and different. But those were on Kickstarter, and they're like independent, published. I think, I don't know. Again, like, there's a growing interest in the tangible and the physical, things like that, right? Used to work for the public libraries for over 10 years. Many people still rely on them for access to computers, books, and shelter. Yeah, that's, honey. Better to have them somewhere safe, than out in the street. You know what I mean? For some people, let's see. There was a time that I would rather read than watch television. I want to go back to that habit. Yeah, I'm getting there. I'm getting back to that. And let's be honest, I don't watch TV. It's the internet, and I'm finally breaking the habit of, like, I'm finally learning, like, okay, I'm on the internet. I'm just like bored scrolling. Like, I'm not even interested in what I'm looking at. Scrolling through this, nothing new, nothing informative. Okay, I'm gonna read a book. I'm gonna read the book that I'm reading. I'm gonna read my Wheel of Time. And that's when I know, to put down the phone. I feel a bit calmer. It feels like like it serves as meditation. Yeah, I feel like it helps me fall asleep better, because, for sure, because the screen is like, yeah. Yeah, I would like to try digital books just to save space, but again, something about a physical book, it just hits a spot. Grinch Carey was so good. It was perfect. It was a good movie. Why did we need a new? Why did nobody asked for Benedict Cumberbatch? Nobody asked for that. Nobody wanted it. Nobody said, "Oh my god, you know what we need?" No. Nobody said we needed a remake of this. You know what we need? We need a good remake of, like, Avatar: The Last Airbender. But even now, looking at it and now coming to realize that Netflix may have some issues with, like, making shows and movies, I'm like, what's wrong with you? That's what I think sometimes when I'm like, who's editing this shit? Who's greenlighting this shit? But then there's other stuff that Netflix comes out with, and I'm like, this is great. This is amazing. Give me more, Yes, Barnes and Noble is Barnes and Noble is still alive, surprisingly. Uh, love going to charity shops to buy secondhand books. I one of these days I need to go. I need to go back to, like, antique shops and buy books from there because, mama, it's been a minute, Yeah, smart and economical. Yeah, and I think, yeah. We didn't need a video. We didn't. We did not. Like, nobody asked for it. Disney, why do you have all these live action remakes? Money. That's the answer to most of it. And here's the truth. It's like, I feel like if you make something culturally iconic and you can still profit off of it in the future, you don't have to remake it. I feel like, I don't know. I'd rather have something done once that's culturally impactful than, you know what I mean? I'm just, no, the capitalist system. I can't. It's capitalism, mom. It's capitalism. Yeah. I mean, it makes sense. People get threatened by thoughts of spiritual responsibility, and then it spirals into morality or mortality, and then progresses to absolute debauchery. Go figure. Let's see. Oh yeah, this. It said people will become more religious for a while, but then there will be another warring 20s. Yeah, that's what it was like. What was it like? Spanish flu, right? Right? It was like Spanish flu, and then we had the Roaring Twenties, and then also bubonic plague. We also had a Renaissance, and that later led to Mama. Hello, huh? Hello. Where I don't have the Visconti Sforza near me, but yeah, yeah. Well, that's just it. There's plenty of new stuff. Don't remake movies. Adapt books, adapt shit. Like they said they were gonna make like a Silver Chair Chronicles of Narnia, the Silver Chair. They were gonna make that. I was like, I am ready for it. It's Chronicles of Narnia, but they go underground, and it never got. They never finished completion. Production. That's also why I'm reading Wheel of Time. They're gonna make a show. Amazon. Shamefully, it's Amazon, but what else? Spiderwick Chronicles. I think with the streaming platform that we have, I think Spiderwick Chronicles, how the books are, how short they are, and how many there are, I think that would be perfect for a season, for a show. I think they could do 2 seasons of it, like the first Spiderwick Chronicles, the first 5 books, and then the trilogy that happened after. I think that those could be 2 seasons. A la a la The Haunting of Bly Manor, and yeah. And again, and here's one that I'm like, why is that? But I'm like, why is this bad? Is this good? Why are they even bothering with this? You say movies, shows, and games, like video games. Like there's, apparently they're making a TV show based on the video game The Last of Us, right? Is that what it's called? Yes, and like Pedro Pascal is going to be in it, and I'm thinking about it. I'm like, the game already has the story there. It's like the gameplay isn't the main feature of that. Like, yes, it's there, but it's like, it's really the story that plays into that. I don't know, but I mean, like, if you just care about the story, I guess go enjoy the movie. But it's like, I don't know. Hollywood just doesn't know how to adapt a good story, maybe, from a video game. I don't know what it is. Like Assassin's Creed, Warcraft, Mario Brothers. worst, not good adaptations. Uh, yeah, the devil is definitely that, like Saturnalia, it's like after death, if death is that representation of the bubonic plague, temperance is that healing of it and finding the cure, and then devil is like that, like nothing matters now. I can that feeling of I can oppose anything, and but yeah. Milk chocolate or dark chocolate kind of bro. I would say I don't care. No, I would probably say dark chocolate. But I don't. I'm thinking of Ghirardelli. Ghirardelli. I'll share it on Instagram. The little thing, But yeah, I would say dark chocolate, but I really don't care for chocolate bars just like that. Probably Twix or Snickers or Butterfingers, that kind of thing. But I don't go for like the plain chocolate bar. That's like it has to be with something. It's an ingredient, mama. That's it's not a thing. It's like a condiment. Seriously, yeah. Okay. The devil is the cactus you are holding onto and you love it. Right, Hermit of the Moon. It was already a pretty movie-ish. It's like it was pretty. I'm like, bro, it's like the movie's already there. It's like we don't need that. There was another movie where it's like there was like weird like time travel movie. I can't remember what it was called. I don't know who starred in it, but he was like, I was like, oh him. Can't remember, but there was literally like cutscenes that were like a movie. I was like, bro, where does the movie and the game end? Yeah, there's plenty of movies coming out like that. Like, I don't know what, but then it's like I think of like games that could be made. Like I've been playing Dark Souls, and that right there, I think, hey, the lore is so loose enough that any person with a creative that can write a good script for a movie can make it based in this world that's built here, and it doesn't have to necessarily be the main plot, quote unquote plot of it, but it can just take place in that world, and because there is like a story hidden in Dark Souls, but it's not really there. So it's like I think it's open enough to interpretation to where people can make a movie out of it or something. I think that's where people should go. I think that's the direction people should go with. Go to Hotel Chocolate, UK-based company. The chocolate selection is seductive. I think I would probably. I think I like the those truffles, the ones that are like the hard, the round shell, the shell, and then the creamy inner chocolate there. Those I like. Those are good. Those are good. So yeah. Okay. We've been on for 2 hours and 40 minutes, almost 3 hours already. I think we're gonna call it a night there. Because yeah, I'm my throat is getting dry. It's getting late-ish. It's only 8:30, but I don't want to make this a 5-hour live stream. So yeah, we'll see what I have, what I come out with more with on my channel or whatever, where I go with this. Who knows? And I said I was like really thinking of like I'm bored and I'm kind of like in a bit of a retrospective, reflective kind of mood right now. So I'm like, you know what? Let me just go live and chit chat. Let's see who shows up. Let's talk about decks. Let's not do too many readings. And then someone just like donated once. I'm like, oh, I appreciate that person. I hope they figure out their shit with Uzman. So yeah, Thanks a lot, Zach. Have a good night. You too, hopeful soul. Okay. Yeah. All right. Bye, everyone. Let's see. What is that? Thanks for the chat while I do a little arts and crafts. I have to. All right. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. We're gonna. Yeah. We got plenty of controversy. Yes. With the doctor's dilemma and all that, and time travel and zombies, lack of realism in zombies. Yeah. All right, everyone. Thanks for stopping by. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Well, I mean, with these, it's like, do you really need to comment? You know, and yeah, hopefully I'll see you guys in the next one. Hopefully in another one like this. I don't know. Like I said, let's see what I do. Let's see what I invest my time into investing in this. But yes, readings will continue because, you know, gotta pay the bills, baby, aka buy more tarot decks. So yeah, hope you all enjoyed, and I'll see you all later. Yeah, bye.